Hi there, you're watching Market Cafe on ET Now with me, Shreyansi Singh, and over the next 1 hour, I'll get you news and updates from within the country as well as across the globe, starting the show on a very somber note because India is mourning the loss of its former Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh. He breathed his last in New Delhi yesterday while undergoing treatment at AIIMS at the age of 92. A statesman, economist, and visionary leader, Dr. Singh left an indelible mark on the nation during his tenure. He played a crucial role in liberalizing India's economy, steering the country through the global financial crisis and implementing landmark initiatives the likes of the Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme and the Right to Education Act. As tributes pour in from across the country and the world, we honor the memory of a leader who dedicated his life to serving the nation. His legacy continues to inspire generations. Meanwhile, tributes pour in from all corners of the country for the former Prime Minister Rahul Gandhi, who worked very closely with Dr. Singh, described him as a mentor and guide, and praised his wisdom, integrity, and humility. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra also paid her respects, highlighting Dr. Singh's honesty and commitment to serving the nation despite facing unfair criticism. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Modi also remembered Singh as a distinguished leader who left a strong imprint on India's economic policy, and Amit Shah praised his contributions to the country's governance as well, from being the governor of the Reserve Bank of India to serving as Prime Minister. Mallikarjun Kharge, also president of the Congress party, described Dr. Singh as a visionary statesman and a leader of unimpeachable integrity, and Arvind Kejriwal also said that his contributions to India's economic growth will always be remembered. Now, these tributes and many more reflect the deep respect and admiration that Dr. Manmohan Singh commanded across all political spectrums in the country and beyond. The government has also declared a 7-day mourning period with all scheduled programs cancelled for the day. Dr. Singh's last rites will be conducted also with full state honours. Let's then go across and listen into what leaders then had to say about Dr. Manmohan Singh's sad demise.
I would remember Dr. Manmohan Singh as one of the Gandhian leader. A leader who believed in democracy, human rights, freedom, diversity. Leader who worked for inclusion. A leader who was very simple, humble, man with character, man with values, morals, ethics. I think these are hard to find. He was a leader of a different generation.
मनमोहन सिंह जी के निधन पर बहुत ही अफसोस हुआ। वो मेरे ख्याल में देश के पहले प्रधानमंत्री थे जो इकोनॉमिस्ट, और उनकी छाप पूरी दुनिया में पड़ी। उनके इकोनॉमिक लिबरलाइजेशन के लिए, जिससे हिंदुस्तान का इकोनॉमिक नक्शा ही बदल गया। आज उनके क्रिटिक भी उनकी तारीफ करते। हमें दोनों को इकट्ठे काम करने का मौका एज कुलीग भी मिला 91 से 96 तक। नरसिम्हा राव जी की गवर्नमेंट में हम दोनों कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर थे। वो फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर थे, मैं सिविल एविएशन, टूरिज्म और पार्लियामेंट्री अफेयर्स मिनिस्टर था। तो बहुत ही अच्छे रिश्ते हमारे रहे आपस। मुझे याद है कि 93-94 में एज सिविल एविएशन मिनिस्टर जब मैं उसको प्राइवेट एयरलाइन को भी अलाउ करना चाहता था, तो मैं उनके पास बैठा और मैंने कहा कि मैं कैबिनेट में प्रपोजल ला रहा हूं ओपन स्काई पॉलिसी, तो आपकी मदद की ज़रूरत चाहिए। तो उन्होंने कहा यही तो मैं चाहता था और आप लाइए, मदद करें।
It's a very tragic, hold on, please. It's a very tragic development. All of us are in mourning. He was a great Prime Minister who served the nation as Prime Minister, Finance Minister. He was somebody who was a visionary, who did a great deal for the country. And we are all cancelling the very elaborate programs planned here.
पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह जी के निधन की जो खबर है वो बेहद ही दुखद है। देश को एक अपूर्णीय क्षति हुई है, कांग्रेस पार्टी को अपूर्णीय क्षति हुई है। एक कुशल अर्थशास्त्री के रूप में उन्होंने देश की सेवा की, वित्त मंत्री के रूप में और फिर 10 साल प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में।
So some of the tributes that are pouring in from across the country. Then Times Network Sabyasachi Roy also has more updates. Let's go across to him then.
Last rite will be performed with full state rights. In fact, the central government has decided that the country will be mourning for the next 7 days. In fact, the Congress party also has declared that they are going to cancel all their scheduled programs for the coming 7 days. In fact, Prime Minister Nirmala Modi yesterday also put out a post in social media X for former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh. In fact, where Prime Minister Nirmala Modi also recalled his interaction several times with Dr. Manmohan Singh when he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat and Dr. Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister. In fact, there was a lot of speech that Prime Minister Nirmala Modi also gave inside the Parliament when he praised Dr. Manmohan Singh's commitment when he reached the Parliament in a wheelchair. So Prime Minister Nirmala Modi also said that Dr. Manmohan Singh, despite the ideological differences between both the political parties, but Dr. Manmohan Singh's contribution to the Indian politics as well as he is an inspiration to all the new member of parliament. So several political leaders are continuously giving their condolence messages towards Dr. Manmohan Singh. In fact, several of the BJP leaders yesterday also, whether it is Union Minister JP Nadda, he also reached AIMS. So clearly it is expected that Prime Minister Narendra Modi also might visit Dr. Manmohan Singh's residence to pay his last tribute to him, and several other BJP leaders also can come, whereas the Congress party said that they are going to cancel the the scheduled program for the upcoming 7 days. In fact, the Congress party high leadership like Mallikarjun Kharge, Rahul Gandhi, all of them flew back from Belgavi to Delhi. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra and Sonia Gandhi was here in the national capital. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra yesterday reached AIMS immediately when the news came out of the demise of Dr. Manmohan Singh, and Rahul Gandhi and Mallikarjun Kharge late in the night, they came at the residence of Dr. Manmohan Singh to pay their homage, in fact, and offer condolences to his family members. So clearly the Congress party, where several of their leaders have said that they are going to cancel the program. In fact, they have said that it is a loss which cannot be fulfilled.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying tuned in. Well, let's get you a check going on what the US markets then did. And it was a thin day of trading action in Thursday's regular session. So when you take a look at the 30 stock Dow, that's the one that eked out a narrow gain for its 5th winning day coming in, while the S&P 500 as well as the Nasdaq Composite also ended the session just below the flat line. So when you take a look at the 3 major US indexes that are in the green week to date, after posting strong back-to-back gains at the start of the holiday shortened week as well. So when you take a look at the S&P 500, 1.8% is the kind of uptick that you saw coming in so far this week. The broad market index also posted its best Christmas Eve performance since 1974 on Tuesday as well. That is what reports are indicating at this point. And the Dow, of course, has gained 1.1% this week as well. A run-up in mega-cap tech stocks has also pushed the Nasdaq Composite 2.3% higher. That's the one from the pack that is outperforming, at least on a week-to-date basis. Now, when you take a look at the trading, that has been largely muted this week. Like I mentioned, investors also hope that stocks are going to be surging into the new year, spurred by the so-called Santa Claus rally. Now, this is something that we've been talking about for a very long time, but this refers to the market's tendency to rise in the final 5 trading days of the year and the first 2 in January. So that is something that we're marking on our calendars as well. But for now, this is what the action looks like, at least when it comes to Wall Street. With that, let's also get you a check going on what oil prices then did, because oil edged lower in light holiday trade as the dollar strength offset hopes for additional fiscal stimulus as well in China, the world's biggest oil importer. Then when you take a look at the price movements coming in for crude, you're looking at 32 cents of a downtick coming in for Brent, or 0.4% downtick coming in there about for Brent. $73 a barrel is where Brent was at. And when you take a look at US WTI, then that also closed down around that $69 a barrel mark, downtick of just about 0.7% coming in for that one, or a 48-cent downtick coming in for US WTI as well from Tuesday's pre-Christmas settlement. Now the greenback continued to edge up higher after hitting a milestone last week as well, and a stronger dollar, of course, makes oil more expensive for holders of other currencies. So that is the latest coming in there. We're also watching out for the 3.2 million barrel decline in US stockpiles. So that is something that we're waiting for confirmation on, at least when it comes to oil prices. But with that, let's take a quick look then at what Asia Pacific markets are doing, because Asia Pacific markets largely mixed at this point. When you take a look at Hang Seng, Shanghai and Kospi, they're the ones that are holding on to that shade of red at this point. Now, you do have China's industrial profits that declined to a fourth straight month, signaling that Beijing's stimulus measures have yet to meaningfully stem the slide in corporate earnings. So that's something that we're looking at. And coming back from the holidays, on your screens, you do have Shanghai that has a downtick coming in of just about 0.1%. Hang Seng also holding on to a shade of red at this point, 0.2% downtick coming in for that one. And even when you take a look at South Korea's Kospi, that's also the one that is in red as we speak as well, 0.6% downtick coming in there as well. Now, in terms of the indices that are in the green, you have Japan's Nikkei. Now, you do have Japan's jobless rate for the month of November that came in at 2.5%. That is largely in line with what the estimates were penciling in, and also unchanged from October as well. On your screens, you do have Nikkei 1.2% uptick coming in for that one, and ASX 200 also trading resumed after Christmas and Boxing Day holidays for that one, and 0.5%, 0.5% uptick coming in for that one as well. So that's largely the kind of handover that you're looking at least when it comes to Asian markets, and that's largely what the handover then looks like. But moving on, then the outlook for the third quarter appears bright as a number of factors and sectors look set to be in the positive. Industrial activity then is likely to gain traction. Expected industrial activity is likely to gain traction, and a possible increase in government capital expenditure could also be supporting cement, iron, steel, mining as well as electricity sectors. In fact, we do have Prakash Priyadarshi who filed this report earlier. Take a look.
Yes, in a monthly economic review report for November, the Finance Ministry has shown confidence and made it clear that the outlook for Q3 of the current financial year appears bright on back of multiple positive development. The report has clearly mentioned that the increase in MSP for Rabi crops and high reservoirs level are among the reasons which will support Rabi sowing going forward. Along with that, industrial activity is likely to gain traction as monsoon season is over, and there is expectation that the government expenditure will increase, especially in the second half, and that will support sectors like cement, iron, steel, mining, and electricity. In addition to that, the report has also mentioned that the rural demand remains resilient. Urban demand is picking up. The most significant part of this report is its commentary, its observation about the external sector. The report has mentioned that the global uncertainties and aggressive policies by many major economies have threatened domestic growth, and therefore FY26 even looks even more challenging as new uncertainties have emerged. Global trade growth is looking more uncertain than before. The report has also noted that the elevated stock markets continue to pose a big risk for the economies. In fact, strength of the US dollar and rethink on the path of policy rates in the US have put more pressure on the currencies of emerging markets. And therefore, it requires a deeper commitment from all economic stakeholders for sustained growth.
All right, and thanks Prakash for getting us all of those important details. Moving on, then Tata Group Chairman N. Chandrasekaran posted his year-end message on the company's website. He not only paid tribute to Ratan Tata's legacy, but also points to 500,000 new jobs within the company in the next 5 years. Now, he also further pointed that the company bets on high-tech industries and manufacturing. Furthermore, Tata Group's focus will always be on sustainability, and that's also the word coming in from N. Chandrasekharan. But moving on then, let's get you the list of stocks that you should watch out for bright and early this morning. In fact, Ria is standing by with just that list. Ria, over to you.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the stocks that are going to be in focus today. First up, we have Jubilant FoodWorks. Now, they have signed an MOU with Coca-Cola India to buy the portfolio of sparkling beverage products and certain other products as well. We also have Nazara Technologies in focus, since as per the SPA that was executed in September of this year, the company has acquired 10.26% stake in Absolute Sports Private Limited for an amount of rupees 72.73 crores. So the first tranche of investments has been done, and the remaining stake will be purchased in the second tranche of the investment. We also have IRCON in focus today, since they have received an order worth rupees 89 crores from Northeast Frontier Railway. Also keep your eye out on Mazgon Dock, since that stock is going to trade X stock split in the ratio of 1:2. NMDC is also going to trade X bonus in the ratio of 2:1. Lastly, also keep your eye out on JSW Infra on the back of a brokerage note coming in from Motilal Oswal. They have reiterated their buy rating on the stock, and they've also hiked their target price to rupees 375. So keep your eye out on all of these stocks today.
Absolutely, we'll keep an eye on all of those counters that you've highlighted, Ria. But with that, completely out of time on this edition of Market Cafe on ET Now, from me, Shreyansi Singh, as well as the entire team that put this show together. Thank you so much for tuning in. You don't go anywhere, because the market takes all of the action forward.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.